This is December 2019 at the unveiling of the DPRK's newest city. The red slanted rooftops and high-rise hotels might not be quite what you expect out of Korean architecture in the north. But it's part of a design trend that's been growing in the DPRK over the last decade, with villages, towns, and even capital districts being redesigned and rebuilt in this new modern style. This northern settlement is the epitome of that trend. The city of Samjiyon. Located here, in the northern corner of Ryanggang Province, Samjiyon is nestled at the foot of the Paektusan or Changbai mountain range. Samjiyon is not only an architecturally modern city, but has held a place for decades as the gateway to Mount Paektu, one of Korea's most important sites, but we'll get to that. In this video, we'll be covering this region. Here is the developed urban area of Samjiyon, but this is the administrative region known as Samjiyon City. However, we'll also explore some of the surrounding areas, reaching into Taehongdan-gun to the east and Pocheon-gun to the south. To understand the significance of Samjiyon, we must first understand Mount Paektu, known in Korea as Paektusan, and by the Chinese as Changbaishan. The mountain has long been an important site for the Korean people. Not only is it the highest point on the peninsula, the Koryo dynasty was the first to attribute the name Paektusan to the mountain. As the source of both the Amyok and Chumen rivers, the modern-day northern border with China, Mount Paektu has long served as a natural border between Korea and Manchuria, with King Sejong the Great building fortifications along these rivers, almost officiating Paektu as a natural border wall. During the 1910-1945 occupation of Korea by the Japanese, it was this region which hosted many of the revolutionary activities of communist guerrilla forces against Japan, said to have been coordinated by the then General Kim Il-sung from his headquarters near the mountain. It's these revolutionary sites that have made Paektusan so influential throughout everyday culture in the DPRK. But first, back to Samjiyon. The name Samjiyon literally translates to 3 lakes. The most prominent of these, Lake Samji, sits just north of the urban city area and is the site of the stunning Samjiyon Grand Monument. One of 3 sites in the DPRK classified as Grand Monuments, it commemorates the anti-Japanese operations conducted in the area under the command of the President Kim Il-sung during the 1930s and 40s. Opened in May 1979, the unveiling marked the 40th anniversary of the Battle of the Musan area, a topic we'll circle back to in a moment. The monument is located on the southern shore of Samji, with a view over the lake itself and of Mount Paektu on the horizon, which serves as a magnificent backdrop. The centrepiece of the monument is a bronze statue of a young General Kim Il-sung, with a 50-metre high torch tower to the left-hand side, a statue depicting revolutionary fighters running into battle on the right, and a series of smaller sculptures and statues dotted around the area. The region is also a popular stop for the youth of Korea, many members of organisations such as the Korean Children's Union and Socialist Patriotic Youth League. Such groups often visit the Samjiyon area to learn about the exploits of the guerrilla fighters during the occupation of Korea by the Japanese. These youth groups will usually arrive either by train or by plane through the city of Samjiyon. Perhaps the reason this area is so important to Koreans today is the legacy of the battles which have occurred in and around the Samjiyon area during Tokyo's occupation of the peninsula. The whole anti-Japanese revolutionary operation, on the communist side at least, was headed up from here, the headquarters of the Korean People's Revolutionary Army at the Paektusan secret camp. However, some major clashes took place around the base, such as the Battle of Pocheon and the Battle of the Musan area. The Battle of Pocheon was a hugely symbolic military action taking place across the river between Japanese-occupied Korea and Manchuria. Attacking from the northern side of the river, the Northeast Anti-Japanese United Army attacked a detachment of the Japanese military in Pocheon-gun on the 4th of June 1937. After holding the town through the night and into the following day, the revolutionaries retreated back into Manchuria. The battle is heralded as a hugely influential and symbolic rather than strategic victory. Pochonbo is commemorated as a sign that the Japanese forces could be defeated and that it was, therefore, inevitable that Koreans would retake control of Korea. Today, the battle is commemorated in the city of Hyesan, a large red granite flag being carried aloft by a collection of bronze statues depicting the soldiers who fought in the battle. 2 years later, in 1939, another skirmish earned itself a place in history and its own monument in the region. The Battle of the Musan area was another clash between the Japanese and the revolutionaries, this time in the form of the Korean People's Revolutionary Army. The monument on the site was erected in May 1971 and consists of a 35-metre high obelisk topped with a bayonet with a bronze mirror at the base. There is also a significant bronze statue of the General Kim Il-sung. We've talked a lot about the various battles and military engagements around Samjiyon during the Japanese occupation. But what makes this region especially important is the series of secret camps and bivouacs which pepper the area, established by the guerrilla forces to coordinate their attacks against the Japanese. The most important of these was the aforementioned Paektusan secret camp. Located in the vast forests of the Sobeksu Valley at the foot of Paektusan, the secret camp consists of numerous wooden buildings which serve not only as the headquarters of the KPRA and as soldiers' barracks, but also the official birthplace of the General Kim Jong-il, born in 1942. It's for this reason that Samjiyon is one of the few cities to forego the traditional statues of the President Kim Il-sung and the General Kim Jong-il, in favour of a single statue of the General, signifying his personal connection to the city. Whilst Paektusan was the centrepiece of the encampments in Samjiyon-gun, other sites included the Sonosan, Sajabong, Kanbeksan, Soyeonjibong and Mudubong secret camps, and the temporary encampments made by soldiers during the conflict, or bivouacs, at Mudu, Taegakbong, Tonjang, Chongbong and Paegebong. At the heart of the former Samjiyon County, or Samjiyon-gun, was a small township which for years has served as the gateway to the northern Paektusan region via its small airport. In 2018, construction work began on this Upjigu, or township region of Samjiyon. The most populous part of Samjiyon County, the plan for the township saw the construction of over 450 new buildings, including residential, public, government and service buildings, as well as new tourism-focused sites such as a renovated ski resort and major new city centre hotel. The redevelopment was carried out between mid-2017 and the 3rd of December 2019 by the 216th Shock Brigade Division, amongst others. After construction was completed, the newly developed model settlement was officially opened to great celebration. Samjiyon was officially created a city by an act of the Supreme People's Assembly on the 10th of December 2019, replacing Samjiyon-up with 4 new urban districts: Gwangmyeong-songdong, Paegebong-dong, Potnamu-dong and Ikal-dong. This was, however, not the end of the construction campaign, with Nodong Shinmun reporting the 3rd stage of the project would be to facelift the surrounding areas and farms, some of which has already been completed. Samjiyon has been touted as a model city, an example for other cities around the country to follow, many of which have undergone new construction projects in recent years. Most notably, Pyongyang, which has already seen 2 major districts completed in Midday Scientist Street and Yeongyong Street, and the city is already in the process of constructing new modern districts along the Potonggang, in Sadong, and also recently in Hwasong. Although Samjiyon may not be a major hub for locals or tourists, it has great ideological importance to the country, and so has been at the forefront of renovation and redesign in recent years. On the 16th of February 2022, the country celebrated the 80th anniversary of the birth of the General Kim Jong-il. One of the most significant holidays in the country, known as Gwangmyeong-songchol, with a huge fireworks display and related celebrations in the heart of the new model city of Samjiyon.